Good morning, guys. It's Tamara with Homegrown Devotion Homestead. How are you? So we are at the community garden today. Today is my individual work day. I know it's been a couple weeks since I've showed you how much we have done and what's changed. So come join me. I'm going to show you where the garden's at right now. Okay, it looks like a gloomy day, but it feels so good out here. So I'm going to show you where we're at in our garden, what's changed in the last couple weeks since I've shown you, and what I'm working on today. Okay, so here's our first random bed. Our basil seems to be doing better. We really need to weed this. It's rained so much here. So all the weeds and everything are just going out of control, which is sad. But our purple basil is doing okay. Our green basil, they look so much better. They were kind of choked out for a little while. Our chives, I'm gonna harvest those because those need, you guys, please don't judge me about our weeds. Okay, we have been busy. So we still have radishes in there. There's one radish. We'll go through here and see what else we can harvest. And a lot of these are weeds. We had an Asian spring mix over here. Doesn't seem like it did too well. Our onions, we actually, last group work day, which was Wednesday, we actually were able to harvest about 4 or 5 onions each. So we pulled about 20 onions, which was awesome. Our beds, again, need to be weeded, so do not judge. Our snap peas are doing great. I don't know if there's any on here to harvest today. Some of them are not doing so well. So we'll take the dead part out. And what you want to make sure that you do with these, especially when you're checking your plants, you just want to make sure that you're attaching them back to the trellis so that they grow and attach to the trellis and not to like your lettuce or things like that. So I will come back through here and try to shimmy these things on. Initially, when we first planted them, we used, where's it at? We have string down here that we kind of strung them up, and they were doing, here's some, okay, we have peas. They were doing well staying by themselves, but I guess with like all the rain and stuff, it just kind of weighed everything down. Look at, we have peas back here. They taste delicious too. I love them, and they're organic. We haven't put anything on there. Our flowers are finally growing. I think those are marigolds. We have more snap peas, but look how they're starting to yellow. Our carrots. So we've thinned a lot of these carrots. We still have so much more to thin, which is a blessing. So when you plant carrots or anything like this, you want to overplant them, overseed them, because then you can thin them and you can use the whole carrot. So I love to use the tops of the carrots for like carrot top pesto. My kids love for me to make carrot top pesto. It's so good. So you don't have to be perfect when you throw the seeds, really. I am a perfectionist at heart, and really I try so hard to make sure that I am like doing everything perfect. But like when it comes to the garden, you get broken from that really quick because there's nothing you can do besides the hard work and, you know, putting good seeds in to make anything happen. Like you're literally trusting the Lord to make your things grow. And so letting go and realizing that things are going to change, plans are going to change. When you put carrot seeds, there's going to be like tons of carrot seeds that you throw down. Not all of them are going to grow, but a lot of them will grow, and then you can thin them and use them for baby carrots. There's so much you can do with them. Our beets, we've harvested a few of these beets. I don't know if there's any ready today. There's one back there. Let me see if you can see it. That's probably gonna be a big one. Let's go over there and see if I can get it out. We've harvested a few of these on Wednesday, which was amazing and so fun. Oh, that one's not that big. Let's see. Like, here's a nice size beet. How exciting, isn't it? So pretty. So we have these. Our leeks, we are not familiar with leeks like I pointed out last time. We just don't know how to grow them, but it looks like they're doing great. And from what I understand, there's a certain diameter that they need to be, and they have almost reached that diameter. So that's actually exciting for us. A lot of our cabbages we have harvested already. We only have our kohlrabi in there and also some purple cabbage that seems to be taking a long time, but we are going to prep this bed for we're going to prep it for our fall garden, which here we'll have broccoli, more cabbage, and some cauliflower that we will use the same cover on to protect it. So what's different about this side, remember this was covered last time, we have our tomatoes. And today I am going to clip our tomatoes. Never done it before. I don't think that it's going to be difficult, but I'm going to clip them so that they grow up the trellis. Over here, we have our squash. Now, listen, I'm not a bug person, and I understand that bugs are detrimental to gardening because there's good bugs, but also the bad bugs like the squash bugs I cannot deal with. Hold on, I'll check that in a second. But so we've been picking off bugs, squash bugs, their eggs. We have to look under each leaf to see if there's eggs. They just, I feel like they're so invasive and so rude. Here's eggs over here, guys. See, these are squash bug eggs. They plant them and they lay them on the plant and then they hatch. Funny story about bugs. So when we first came to North Carolina, I had no clue about gardening. Never crossed my mind. Don't like bugs. But like we came, we have a big backyard. We're like, we're gonna plant some stuff. So we planted squash and zucchini. It's very easy to grow. And so it gives you a little confidence, right? So if you wanna grow something for the first time, grow radishes or squash and zucchini because it should be very easy to grow. However, with squash and zucchini come squash bugs. Now, when I used to go check my plants, I would see these little dots on there. What is that? I don't know. Maybe I have no idea what it is. I saw there was tons of squash bugs. I didn't know what they were. I just thought they were just something that came onto the plant. They ravished my zucchini and squash with a matter. I think I probably got 3 or 4 or 5 zucchinis. I don't know. It was horrible. And I was like, man, if I would have known. So anyways, there you go. Check your zucchini and squash for bugs. Okay. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to clip the tomato plants and I'm going to show you. I'm going to use these little white clips. And basically, the whole point of clipping the tomato plant is to make sure that it grows up the trellis. So let me show you. So here is a tomato plant. You see how it's kind of like leaned over? I'm gonna clip it so that it grows up the trellis. These ones, you see how it's like leaned over? We wanna clip them. We haven't done it. We probably should have done it sooner. I'm gonna go through and clip these. And another woman that I'm in the group with, she's gonna come and she is going to trim them at the bottom because you're supposed to take the bottom leaves off. Never done that before, but it helps the tomato plants grow. Once you take the leaves off, they should actually look like this. You see how they're clipped and the bottom leaves are off. So that's what we're shooting for. Okay, change of plans. So I learned somebody, one of the master gardeners came to the garden and she told me that in order to clip the plants, in order to clip them to the trellis, I have to actually cut the branches first. Let me show you what I've done so far. So you see how I've clipped the bottoms and then attached them to the trellis with that clip. I'm gonna show you how I do it on this plant. This is too small for me to clip to the trellis, so I have to wait on that one. And a couple of these are too small. But over here, I have clipped the plants and then have been able to clip them to the trellis. So I'm gonna show you how I do it. Just like that. Okay, so the way you clip tomato plants is you are clipping all of the stems growing at the bottom. And the reason why you're doing this is because it promotes airflow, it keeps the plant off the ground, and so it has less chance for disease. You just clip all of them off of the main stem. So I probably leave, so I'm gonna do this one. This one's already fallen off. For this one, I'm gonna take off this one because there's 3 up here. And then I'm gonna move these out of the way. And I'm going to clip this here. I don't know if this one's a little difficult, but I'm gonna clip this one here. And as this plant grows, we'll clip it up. For this one, you see there's an extra plant. So I'm gonna take that out because if there's 2 plants growing, it will take the nutrition from the big plant. So let's move on to the next one. Bring it down a little bit. There you go, just like that. And as I'm cutting, move it up. So I forgot my tripod, so my son's helping me. Can you see me cutting, James? You be careful that you're not cutting off any flowers, any ones that have flowers. Let me see. Uh-oh. just gonna clip this up here so it stays off of the ground. Can you see me cutting it, bud? So I think this one's good. Again, I'm still very new at this, but I think that this one is good. We're gonna leave it here for now. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of this row and go back through them and make sure I did it correctly. I'm gonna leave the other side for our other work day. And so we clipped tomatoes, you guys. Let me show you what I have left and what I've done so far. Okay, so this is how it started off. You see the plants are leaning. We'll work on these this next couple weeks. I just learned that you have to do this every couple weeks. Not clip the bottoms, but take off the, I forget what they're called, but yes, take off the little extra leaves. And this is how it looks now, this side. Look at it. I feel so accomplished. I didn't know how to do it, and now I do. Thank you, Jesus, for knowledge, right? I enlisted my kids to help me pick up the greenery that was on the ground and to put it in the dumpster. I didn't know how to clip tomato plants before I got here today. I had no idea. So don't let that stop you. Look it up online, ask somebody that does it, and now I know. Thank you guys for joining me, and I will try to remember to give you little updates on the garden. It gets super busy here, but I love doing what I'm doing, and I love being able to just learn things and learn how to grow food, because one day I'm going to be able to like be super good at it. You may not know how to do something. Ask around. There's people that do, and there's people that would love to help you learn. And also, just this world has so much knowledge. Buy books too. Don't just depend on the internet. I would buy paperback books that you can put on your bookshelf, that you have at your disposal.